Cordelia, previously you came to Tribal Art London with some beautiful pieces of jewellery. You've now diversified into textiles. What caused you to make that bridge over?
Well, I think it was partly to do with being at the Tribal Fair, but also I have always been intrigued by the beauty of textiles, and they're very much related to adornment. My specialism is ethnic and tribal adornment. I went to the seminal Indian textile exhibition at the V&A some years ago, and I was just blown away. And then at the Tribal Fair, meeting other dealers who got beautiful textiles also piqued my interest. And then I went to an exhibition at SOAS in 2019, an absolutely fantastic exhibition of Karen Thacker, who is a wonderful collector and has some of the most beautiful textiles and top quality textiles. And I was just blown away by his collection of African textiles. I was so moved that I even had to shed a little tear after I went the first time, because I actually went several times to really study the textiles. And they were put on the walls like, you know, works of art, and they really are works of art. They are the most prestigious textiles of West Africa, and they are just unbelievably beautiful.
So looking at these textiles in particular, what is it about them that makes them prestige objects?
What makes them prestige objects is the colour, the work, the amount of work in these textiles is just breathtaking. I think these are some of the most labour-intensive textiles available, from mankind. I mean, each square is carefully woven by hand. Each pattern is woven into the textile. They're not embroidered on top. So you can't do this with a machine. It has to be done by hand. And this one is a very large man's one. So, you know, they're woven in strips, but each square has its own pattern and design. And, you know, it's a huge textile. It's absolutely huge. This is a man's textile, and it's in absolutely perfect condition. It's cotton. The Ewe ones, the vintage ones are cotton. This is a woman's one. It's a different colour combination, very, very bright, vibrant and bright. And again, each square, every single square in this is highly patterned and woven in on very thin strip looms. They're very thin strips, and then they're sewn together at the end. Again, an extremely labour-intensive work. The people who wore them were the aristocrats of the group. They were people who could afford to pay somebody for their labour, and so yes, it wouldn't be an everyday thing. I mean, this would be a highly treasured possession in the family or the clan. The cotton colours are very vibrant and bright, and they were often taken from trade cloths that were traded in, because prior to that they used bleached cotton and indigo. Indigo is this is an Ashanti indigo kente, and so indigo was one of the most used and treasured dyes in Africa. So therefore, yes, the influence of trade and trade cloths brought these incredibly vibrant colours, in future use.
And how do you choose the pieces that you're interested in, that you buy? And what makes you know that they're genuine? How do you just pick the pieces that you like?
When I'm first buying a thing that I'm not too experienced in doing, I try to go to the best sources, the most knowledgeable sources, to find my pieces. And the pieces that I'm showing at the fair are some of the most wonderful examples of Ewe textiles available. They are really aristocratic pieces and have an extraordinary amount of work in them.